Ladies and gentlemen, there is a hidden power in silence, a force so great that it bends the universe in your favor. The world is full of noise, voices doubting, distractions calling, fears whispering. But those who rise to greatness understand a simple truth: the most powerful moves are made in silence. The seeds of success are planted in the mind, watered by faith and cultivated by action. But the wise do not speak of their plans before they have taken form. They do not waste energy seeking validation or defending their dreams to those who cannot see their vision. They walk with certainty, allowing results to announce their success. Think of the towering oak. It does not cry out as it grows, yet its roots spread deep and its trunk rises tall. The river carves the mountain not by noise but by steady, silent persistence. The most unstoppable forces in nature are those that move without sound, yet their impact is undeniable. Every great leader, every builder of empires, every achiever of wealth has known this principle. They did not spend their days speaking of what they would do, they spent them doing. They did not argue with critics, nor did they explain their dreams to those who could not understand. They let their victory speak. When the mind is silent, it listens to the whispers of intuition. When the lips are sealed, energy is directed toward action. And when a man moves in silence, his power grows beyond measure. Many fail because they scatter their energy in words. They boast, they seek approval, they share their ideas before they are strong enough to stand on their own. But those who know the secret keep their desires locked within, allowing them to gather strength until the day they emerge unstoppable. Be silent in your plans, patient in your work, relentless in your execution. Let the world wonder, let them doubt, let them question. And when the time comes, let your success answer every question without a single word spoken. Silence amplifies power. Success grows stronger when plans are kept private and energy is directed toward action instead of words. Results speak louder than words. True achievers let their success be the proof, rather than seeking validation or explaining their dreams. Patience and persistence win. Just like nature's strongest forces, steady and silent effort leads to unstoppable success. Here's an expanded version of the first keynote in the style of Napoleon Hill. Silence is the foundation upon which all great achievements are built. It is in the quiet of the mind that the greatest ideas take form, and it is in the absence of unnecessary words that energy is preserved for action. The world is filled with noise people talking about their plans, sharing their ambitions, and seeking approval from others. But the individual who understands the true nature of success knows that silence is not weakness, it is strength in its purest form. Every thought carries energy, and when spoken too soon, that energy dissipates. Many people fail to reach their full potential because they exhaust their mental power by talking rather than doing. They announce their goals, discuss their strategies, and seek validation, unknowingly weakening the force behind their dreams. But those who operate in silence conserve their energy, focusing it entirely on execution. They do not waste time explaining themselves or justifying their path. Instead, they walk it with unwavering determination. History has shown that those who rise to greatness often do so without broadcasting their every move. The most powerful leaders, the most successful entrepreneurs, and the most legendary creators did not begin their journeys by shouting their plans from the rooftops. They worked in silence, allowing their progress to accumulate like a mighty river carving its path through stone. Their actions spoke louder than any words ever could. There is a reason why the lion remains silent while hunting. The most dangerous and effective predator in the wild does not roar before it strikes. It moves with patience, precision, and purpose. In the same way, those who aspire to greatness must learn to move in silence, allowing their work to create an impact without the need for unnecessary words. A plan spoken too soon is like a seed exposed to harsh winds before it can take root. It risks being scattered and lost before it has the chance to grow. The power of silence is not just in withholding words, but in mastering the discipline of thought. When the mind is quiet, it can listen. It can tune in to the whispers of intuition, guiding one toward the right path. But when the mind is cluttered with the noise of external opinions and constant self-explanation, clarity is lost. Those who wish to achieve true success must learn to control their thoughts and direct them with purpose. Every great invention, every revolutionary idea, and every groundbreaking achievement was first nurtured in the silence of the mind before being brought to life. One of the greatest dangers of speaking too soon is the influence of doubt from others. Not everyone will understand your vision, and not everyone will support your journey. Some will discourage you out of jealousy, while others will do so out of their own limitations. When you speak of your plans before they are fully formed, you open the door for negativity to seep in, weakening your resolve. But when you keep your goals to yourself and focus on action, you build an unshakable foundation that no criticism can break. Many people fail because they allow their words to replace their actions. They talk about what they will do rather than focusing on what needs to be done in the present moment. This creates a false sense of accomplishment by merely speaking about their ambitions. They feel as though they have already achieved something. But true success does not come from words, it comes from discipline, consistent effort applied over time. The more a person speaks about their dreams without taking action, the more those dreams remain distant illusions rather than reality. The greatest victories are those that come as a surprise to the world. When you work in silence, people underestimate you. They do not see the storm you are preparing, the power you are cultivating, and when the moment arrives, your success will be undeniable. Those who doubt it will have no choice but to acknowledge what you have built. This is the power of silence. It allows you to move without resistance, to grow without interference, and to strike when the time is right. Silence is not just about keeping plans private. It is about developing an unshakable inner confidence. When you do not rely on external validation, you cultivate a mindset of self-sufficiency. You do not need applause, recognition, or approval because your belief in yourself is enough. This is a mindset of those who achieve greatness. They do not seek permission to chase their dreams. They pursue them relentlessly without concern for what others think. The most successful individuals in history have followed this principle. Look at the greatest minds, the wealthiest entrepreneurs, and the most influential thinkers. They did not spend their early days explaining their ambitions to the world. They worked quietly, relentlessly, and with an unbreakable focus. And when they emerged, they did so with undeniable success. The world rewards those who master the art of silence. When you speak less and act more, you become unpredictable, and unpredictability is power. No one can interfere with plans they do not know exist. No one can stop a force they cannot see coming. The greatest victories are won in silence, and the most powerful moves are made without announcement. The question is, do you have the discipline to remain silent? Can you resist the temptation to seek approval, to explain yourself, to share your dreams before they are ready? Those who can will find themselves in control of a force greater than words, a force that leads to inevitable success. The world does not reward words, it rewards results. Those who spend their days speaking about their ambitions, their plans, and their future successes often find themselves standing in the same place year after year, wondering why nothing has changed. Meanwhile, those who take consistent action without the need for validation are the ones who rise, achieving what others only dream about. The difference between those who succeed and those who merely wish for success is not in what they say, but in what they do. Words may create an illusion of progress, but they do not build empires. Action builds empires. The most successful people in history did not sit around discussing what they would do. They simply did it. Their names are remembered not because they spoke of greatness, but because they became great through action. The world does not care for promises, it cares for proof. And proof comes only through relentless execution. A man who boasts of his future fortune, but does nothing to build it, remains poor. A man who speaks of his grand ideas, but never puts them into action, remains a dreamer. And a man who constantly explains his goals without working toward them will find that time passes him by, while others who spoke less and did more surpass him. It is not the one who talks the loudest who commands the most respect. It is the one who delivers results. Too many people waste their energy in words, convincing themselves and others that they are on the path to success when, in reality, they are merely standing still. They announce their plans before they are executed, share their goals before they are accomplished, and seek validation before they have earned it. This weakens the very power that could propel them forward. A man who must constantly explain his ambitions is a man who doubts himself. True confidence does not require explanation. It does not need to be spoken, it is felt. The most successful individuals understand that results are the only language the world truly respects. A man who rises from nothing and builds an empire does not need to explain himself. His achievements speak for him. The moment he walks into a room, his presence commands attention, not because of what he says, but because of what he has accomplished. People listen to those who have proven their worth, not to those who merely claim they will. Silence followed by results is the most powerful strategy for success. When you work in silence, no one sees your struggles, your failures, or your setbacks. No one has the opportunity to criticize your early efforts or plant seeds of doubt in your mind. You move unnoticed, unchallenged, and free from the distractions of external opinions. Then, when your work is complete and success is undeniable, the world has no choice but to acknowledge what you have built. A tree does not announce its growth to the forest. It simply grows, reaching higher and higher until it towers above everything around it. A river does not speak of the path it will carve through the mountain. It simply flows, unstoppable in its course. And a lion does not roar before the hunted moves silently, striking when the time is right. In the same way, those who achieve greatness do not speak of what they will do. They take action and let their success make the noise. There is great power in letting others underestimate you. When you speak too soon, you invite resistance, doubt, and even envy. People will question your plans, challenge your vision, and try to plant fear in your heart. But when you move in silence and let results be your voice, there is no room for doubt. The moment you prove yourself through action, your success becomes undeniable. No one can argue with results. Many people fail because they waste their strength defending their dreams instead of building them. They try to convince others of their potential instead of proving it through action. But the truth is, you owe no explanations to anyone. Your time is better spent working toward your goals than justifying them to those who do not understand. The greatest minds in history did not ask for permission to succeed. They simply did what needed to be done and let the world take notice when the time was right. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not lies in discipline. Those who succeed understand that their energy must be directed toward action, not talk. They do not waste time announcing their every move, nor do they seek approval from others. They focus on execution, on progress, on results. And when they emerge victorious, the world listens not because they demand attention, but because they earned it. When a man consistently delivers results, he does not need to explain his worth. His actions speak for themselves. He becomes a force to be reckoned with, a living testament to the power of focus, discipline, and silent determination. He commands respect, not through words, but through undeniable proof of his capabilities. This is the secret of the truly successful. They do not chase recognition. Recognition comes to them. Those who spend their lives talking about success without taking action remain spectators while others pass them by. The world is full of people who have great ideas but never act on them, who make promises they never fulfill, and who seek approval before they have achieved anything. But those who understand that results speak louder than words take a different approach. They work tirelessly, relentlessly, and with an unwavering commitment to their vision. And when the time comes, their success is their introduction. The man who delivers results does not need to convince others of his worth. His accomplishments do that for him. He does not need to seek validation. His success makes it impossible to ignore. The world respects those who prove themselves through action, and it forgets those who rely only on words. The choice is simple: spend your life talking about what you will do, or spend your life doing it. The ones who choose action over talk are the ones who leave a lasting legacy. Here's an expanded version of the third keynote in the style of Napoleon Hill. Success does not belong to the hurried, nor does it favor those who seek instant rewards. It bows only to those who understand the power of patience, the necessity of persistence, and the unbreakable force of steady, silent effort. The world is filled with those who begin with enthusiasm but fade at the first sign of struggle. They expect quick results, immediate validation, and effortless victories. But those who rise to greatness understand that real achievement is built over time, through relentless work, and with the discipline to endure even when progress is invisible. The strongest tree does not grow overnight. It takes years for its roots to spread deep into the earth, anchoring it against the storm. The river does not carve its way through the mountain in a day. It persists, drop by drop, until the stone surrenders to its will. Likewise, those who build true success understand that their progress is not measured by days or weeks, but by years of unwavering commitment. The impatient fall away, but the persistent endure. Many people give up too soon. They start with ambition, with dreams of success, but when the road becomes difficult, they begin to doubt. They look for shortcuts, easy paths, or signs that they should turn back, and when they do not see immediate results, they convince themselves that their efforts are wasted. But those who understand the power of patience and persistence do not seek instant gratification. They know that every small effort, every unseen struggle, and every silent step forward is building something greater than what the eye can yet see. The world often misunderstands the silent worker. People expect loud announcements, rapid progress, and visible proof of effort. But the most powerful achievements happen quietly. A great mind does not announce every idea before it is fully formed. A great builder does not seek applause for every brick laid. A great leader does not demand recognition before the vision is realized. Instead, they persist, knowing that the results will speak for themselves in time. The greatest test of persistence comes in the moments of doubt. There will be days when progress feels slow, when obstacles seem insurmountable, and when the voice of fear whispers that the journey is pointless. It is in these moments that the weak quit and the strong continue. It is in these moments that the difference between failure and success is decided. Those who understand the power of persistence do not let temporary setbacks define their destiny. They push forward, knowing that every difficulty is a test, every struggle is a lesson, and every delay is shaping them into the person capable of handling the success they seek. Many people believe that success is about talent, luck, or opportunity, but history has shown that the most powerful factor in any great achievement is persistence. There are countless stories of men and women who had no special advantages, no wealth, no connections, no extraordinary talent, yet they rose to greatness because they refused to give up. They understood that success is not given, it is earned through the sheer force of will. They kept going when others stopped. They believed when others doubted. In the end, they stood victorious, not because they were the most gifted, because they were the most determined. The world rewards those who outlast their obstacles. It does not remember those who started strong but faded away. It remembers those who stayed the course, who endured the struggle, and who emerged stronger because of it. The greatest minds, the most successful entrepreneurs, the most legendary leaders, none of them achieved greatness easily. They all faced failures, rejection, setbacks, and hardships, but they did not let these define them. They used them as fuel. They understood that every difficulty they endured was forging them into the person they needed to become. A man who truly desires success does not quit when the road gets difficult. He does not become discouraged when progress is slow. He does not let temporary defeats convince him that victory is impossible. He persists. He understands that patience is not about waiting passively. It is about continuing to work, to strive, and to push forward, even when results are not immediate. He knows that if he continues long enough, success becomes inevitable. Every great achievement follows the same pattern: struggle, persistence, victory. Those who give up during the struggle never reach the victory. They stop before the miracle happens, before the breakthrough arrives, before their efforts bear fruit. But those who push through, who continue even everything seems against them, who refuse to accept failure as the final outcome, these are the ones who rise above the rest. These are the ones who the world eventually admires, not because they were lucky, but because they were relentless. There is power in enduring where others quit. There is power in standing firm when everything suggests you should walk away. There is power in believing in yourself when no one else does. The world may not see your struggle, it may not acknowledge your sacrifices, and it may not recognize your progress in the early stages. But if you persist, there will come a day when all of your efforts will be undeniable. There will come a day when those who doubted you will wonder how you did it. And the answer will be simple: you endured, you persisted, and you never gave up. The river does not stop flowing when it encounters a rock. The tree does not stop growing because of a storm. And a man who truly desires success does not stop because of difficulty. He keeps moving, keeps working, keeps believing. He understands that patience and persistence are the only true guarantees of success. While others look for shortcuts, he builds a foundation. While others become discouraged, he strengthens his resolve. And while others quit, he moves forward step by step, moment by moment, until the world has no choice but to acknowledge what he has built. The path to success is not for the impatient, the doubtful, or the ones who seek constant validation. It belongs to those who understand the power of silence, the strength of results, and the unstoppable force of persistence. Those who waste their energy speaking about their dreams without action will always wonder why they remain in the same place. But those who move in silence, execute their plans with precision, and push forward despite obstacles will inevitably rise to the top. The world does not care about intentions. It rewards those who produce undeniable proof of their worth. There is no need to announce your goals to the world before they have taken form. Every word spoken about an unfulfilled plan weakens its energy, scattering the focus that should be directed toward action. When you keep your ambitions private, you protect them from doubt, negativity, and the interference of those who do not see what you see. A plan executed in silence is a plan that cannot be derailed by the opinions of others. The greatest minds, the most successful individuals, and the most influential leaders did not spend their time explaining themselves. They built, they created, and they let their results speak for them. The most powerful lesson of all is that success does not arrive overnight, nor does it reward those who expect immediate gratification. It belongs to those who endure, those who remain committed even when results are invisible. The strongest forces in nature move with patience. The ocean does not create waves in an instant. The mountains were not shaped in a single day. And the most beautiful trees do not grow from seeds in a moment. They persist. They grow steadily, without seeking approval, without rushing the process. And so must you. Those who expect the journey to be easy will always be the first to fall. They begin with excitement, but when progress slows, they lose faith. They look for quick wins, for ways to bypass the necessary struggle, and when they do not see instant success, they abandon their path. But those who truly desire success understand that every setback is temporary, every challenge is a test, and every failure is a lesson. They persist even when others doubt them, even when no one is watching, even when the world offers them every reason to quit. In the end, success is a quiet process that becomes loud only when it is complete. Those who stay the course, who work in silence, who remain patient when others rush, and who persist when others surrender will find themselves standing where few ever reach. The world will recognize them not because they demanded attention, but because they became undeniable. The choice is simple: waste energy seeking validation or invest it in action. The ones who choose silence and then persistence will always be the ones who leave when